Hey guys, it's me Pinky. With the last mini update, we also got some new hints at the Arena of Honor, and I just want to talk about that. And I'm not really aware if most people noticed this, and also I'm not really aware if people notice this, if they can make out something out of the text. And I want to say, of course, I can be very, very, very wrong here in certain parts, but I think I have a good idea how this will work in general. So I just quickly wanted to go over what we can see, what this will most likely mean, and how it will most likely work. So we have this Arena of Honors coming thing here, which so far gave us a little bit of text about how this will work. I'm still unsure about how you will pick a time slot, because apparently this will go for 1 hour, and then you should be able to register for the classic time slots, but that's not written down here. In ranked and seasons is not a lot either, and in the gameplay rewards also. And in About the World map you can find that the battle duration is 55 minutes and the preparation time is 5 minutes, so it will be 1 hour. So I guess you will be able to pick a time slot. Like for normal events, will most likely then not be on Wednesdays and Saturdays, since there you have the normal events already. And as you can already see, you have 3 to 6 factions, which means it's kind of like with an FFA style like Global Battle and All Out War. You have 5 to 10 members per faction, which means you will have per map between 15, which would be 3 factions with 5 players, and 60, which would be 6 factions with 10 players each, people fighting for 1 hour. Then we have the entrance, which basically just says you can bring up to 3 million troops, and you will be chosen when you play the Arena of Honor. So the buff will be like Siege of Winterfell or Alliance Conquest for sure, and there's no limitation on troop tiers, so it will go up to T5s, of course. Then your faction will be random. Then you have a bit of description for the points. We will go on to how to make points in a bit, but there are already 2 main reasons how you can gain points and lose points. This is, you have a faction castle. If you lose this, the faction taking away your castle gets 20% of your points. And there's the city of Glory in the middle. Whoever takes this city gets 20% of all points, of all factions points. So if you are with 6 factions and everyone is kind of alike in points, and you get 20% from everyone, you will easily double up your points, and with that go into the lead, which should show that the city of Glory will be very important. And also losing it last minute means you lose 20% of your points. If you made a big lead till then, your lead will be smaller, and hey, who knows, if your lead is small, you will most likely be overtaken. Then we have a settlement, which is most likely just after the game. Points will be given out based on your healing and your eliminations, which also speaks to AC and Siege of Winterfell. Then you have how to take a building. I tried to say occupication a few times correct, I can't. It's basically every building has defenders, you have to beat them. Then you have to stay inside them for a fixed time, which will be different for every building. And then once the occupation cooldown ends, you get the building, and then the building gets protected. If it's protected, you can send your troops to defend it, and other factions cannot attack it. I'm kind of confused about this, but that we will see when we play it live. Then we have the preparation stage, which will be 5 minutes long, and there players can build their castle on the battle map, and you can't really attack other players. Maybe you can already in the first 5 minutes attack NPC buildings, which would be weird, because then it would be always join, click your castle in, very stressful, and I think it would be better if in the first 5 minutes you can't do anything, because loading screens and stuff like this. Then we have kinds of achievements, which are point multipliers for your points, which will most likely increase your rank. This is for once the Supreme Conqueror, which is basically you got the city in the middle, the city of Glory. Then you get 10 times your points multiplied with the number of factions divided by 6. So if you have 6 factions on the map, you just get 10 times the points. If you only have 3, factions on the map, then you basically get 5 times armor, just so this does not confuse anyone. And then you have the Peerless Dominator, which is when the Arena of Honor ends, you have to own more than 3 clan castles. So if you're on a 3 faction map, you have to own all. If you're on a 6 faction map, you have to own yourselves and 2 others, or 3 others and lost yourselves, which means on a 6 faction map 2 people can achieve this, and on all other maps only one side can achieve this. One side will always achieve the Supreme Commander, the Supreme Conqueror, but of course the second one, if factions are very even, maybe no one gets it. And then we have the map. The first thing I would say about the map is what I like. It's not like CCS, for example, where you have Shadow, Tempest, all these Frost things that are not really Game of Thrones related. Here you have stuff like the Greyfords, the Starks, Baratheons, Lannisters, and Targaryens, which are all Game of Thrones houses, and I'm not really sure. I guess this here is Marjorie's house, the Tyrells. Based on looking onto this map, I guess this is kind of another weird time strategy game mode, where you move around the map with your armies and can take everything that's white on the map. And let's just quickly go over what everything does. In the middle we have the City of Glory, which gives you once you capture 20% of all the points of your enemies. If you're on the full map and everyone has kind of the same points, then you get 20% of everyone, which is added up to 100% of the points. So if it's even, you will double up your points and everyone else will lose a few points. 1/5 to be correct. Also, the City of Glory will launch an attack against every non-elite building, which means strongholds, trading posts, offensive camps, and defensive camps, every 2 minutes. We will come to that in a bit, but you will see that the City of Glory, if I understand it correct, will spam a lot of armies against the enemy. So once you are able to get it, and once you are able to kind of secure it for a bit, you should have a big advantage in pushing towards your enemies. The only thing is, of course, if you have it and all other 5 people want to beat you, you are kind of 1v5. So it will be kind of hard to push into an enemy's base. Then we have the clan castle. By the way, I'm just taking the order that is in the rules, to not get confused myself what we talked about and what we didn't, which is the thing that is colorful on the map. And your clan castle will send out attacking forces to other clan castles by default, which means there's not really a time fixed to this. We will have a time fixed, but that's not in rules so far. And it will always attack the next castle. So in my mind I would imagine it will go from Lannisters to Baratheons to Starks to Greyfords and to Targaryens. So, and let's say you are Lannisters and you already defeated the Baratheons and took their clan castle, then your army will attack the Starks. And if you took the Starks, they will attack the Greyfords and so on. It's of course possible that the order is the other way around. So if you would be the Lannisters, you would attack the Tyrells and then the Greyfords and so on. It's also the building with the longest text. And if the Glory City is controlled by a faction that is not yours, it will also send the second army out to attack the Glory City. Meanwhile, when you have the Glory City, you will attack everything on the enemy map. Every enemy will send attacking armies to the Glory City also. So I guess there will be a lot of NPC armies moving around. Let's see how strong they will be. There's sadly no indicator, but judging from other new events, remember when Glory Battle was first out and we had to fight the NPC armies in Glory Battle at first, they were kind of strong. I could imagine that beating the enemies, the NPCs here, could be very serious. Maybe it's also related to your ranks, like the higher you rank up, the higher the NPCs will be. We will see. Then the next thing you can see in the rules are strongholds, which is basically all the small buildings looking like a little dice on the map, and you can transform them into a trading post, an offensive camp or defensive camp. Basically, a trading post gives you points. From the moment you make it, it will give you points over all the times that you control it. And I'm not really sure if you can lose your strongholds, to be honest, from the rules. And you can also upgrade the trading post with deploying an army there. And the bigger your army is and the better your army is, means T5s, for example, are better than T4s. The faster you will upgrade the trading post, and upgrade the trading post will result in more points. It will for sure be interesting how many trading posts you can get in order to get the maximum points, because you want to have more points than your enemy, or if it's better to have a lot of offensive and defensive camps to just take the middle city and take 20% of their points and then try to take their castles. Then you could also make it an offensive camp that sends out more attacking troops to the enemy clan castle. So again, if you are Lannister, you will attack the Baratheon clan castle with it. And here it's the same mechanic. You can upgrade your offensive camps with your own troops, which means at the start you have to pick, will I send my own troops to build my strongholds, upgrade my strongholds also, or will I send them to take something in the middle, which will also be important. How will I split up? So this will, for the first games, of course, when everyone goes in, no one really has a clue, be very interesting. And then you can build also a defensive camp that adds defensive troops to your own clan castle. Also that you can upgrade like a trading post and an offensive camp. Then we have the altars, which are the white dots in the middle. And apparently all of the white dots can only be altars. Altar will give you a buff once you have it. And if you lose it, which means you should be able to lose strongholds too, we will see, the buff will be deactivated or count for the other one. Depending on what this buff is, it could be very strong or very not needed. We will see. Also, if it buffs all your NPC armies, it's most likely very good, because if you have a lot of NPC armies, you have 12 strongholds and your own clan castle, and you can have the city in the middle, which makes a lot of possible armies you can spawn. And then if every altar buffs them, it's of course very useful to have them. We will see how good or how bad they will be. Then we have the dragon icon, which is a dragon pit, which allows you to add a dragon to your allied attacking troops. If you have more than one dragon pit, you can choose one of the dragons. And as you see, there are only 3 dragon pits on the map, if this map is final, of course, which means if you have a 6-faction war, at maximum 3 can get it. So if you are able to control 2, for example, most of your enemies won't have one, which already sounds kind of powerful. If it's a dragon with full red skills and something like, I don't know, flame breath and stuff like this active, then it's very, very powerful for your NPC armies. But also there, we need to judge, to wait for seeing them live and to be able to judge about. Then there's this thing that looks a bit like a military city in Glory Battle. It's a mercenary camp, which allows a faction to add a marching animation to your attacking troops. And if you have more than one, you can again switch for a marching animation you like, which for me sounds a little bit less useful than a dragon, because most marching animations, at least that we can have, are not that powerful compared to, let's say, a dragon with 8 red skills. So we will see how balanced it is, but kinda they are the same type of building. Maybe the buff will be very balanced out. Then we have, next to your clan castle, the mines. That will work like the mines in AC, basically. You put troops inside there, then you can generate points out of the mines, and the mines have a limit. So at some point, the mines are just empty, and then you have all the points and you can pull your troops back to fight again. Which also indicates a bit that buildings will, like in AC, open in waves, and not like in the first second everything will be open. Most likely, like, you will have a phase 1 where it's like build your strongholds, then you will have a phase 2 where it's like attack the middle, then you will have a phase 3 where it's like attack the Glory City, and from there on out basically everything is open, and then you can at the end take the mines like it is in AC. Well, and then every faction also has a Temple of the Mother, which works like in AC, which gives you 100% healing speed, which of course is very powerful because think about, you can take the enemy's clan castle away. So if you can reach the enemy's clan castle, you can most likely also reach the Temple of the Mother. And you can have multiple mothers, but you need to achieve all this in 1 hour. We will see how good you really can overrun everyone. What I would guess from having all this is this will be another real-time strategy mode like Siege of Winterfell and All Out War, because that just fits a bit better in my mind than people all sitting at the starting point and then just instantly starting to race for buildings and spam them for 1 hour with attacking marches. It's just a bit more fitting that you have a lot of NPC armies walking around and you can attack them and, try to hold them off, and your armies will meet somewhere in the middle, and then you will create some kind of snowball effect to push them inside the middle for the Glory City, or if you have the Glory City, you will push them out to enemy's faction clan castle. So yeah, for me it just makes sense that this will be like Siege of Winterfell or All Out War from the playing and controlling side. I'm like very, let's say, interested in this, also because you can always team up with five people. So you take 5 people that you like and play with them, and either you are alone then and you have to control your own destiny and fate, or you will be together with other 5 people and you have to get along with them and beat out everyone else that you will meet. So I'm kind of curious of playing, and to be honest, can't wait to do so. So hopefully we'll see each other soon in the Arena of Honor.